Yes, good afternoon students. आवाज येतोय सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students, now we'll start from the task 3. First doubt which came to me in task 3 was question number 14. Now see what is the question 14. Look at that doubt. The specific volume of cylindrical virus. A specific volume of cylindrical virus. Okay, what is the volume given of cylindrical virus? 6.02 into 10 raised to minus 2 cc per gram. This is the volume of 1 gram of virus, and its radius is given. Radius is given 7 angstrom. Students, this is in grams, so 7 angstrom. If you want to convert into centimeter, it is 7 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. And then length is given 10 angstrom. That is 10 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. Okay, now they have said, students, cylindrical virus. Cylindrical virus is cylindrical. So do you know, students, what is the volume of cylinder? Just tell me, in mathematics you might have learned.
Square h.
Yes, it is pi r square L, correct? No?
Yes.
L means height. Then you just substitute the value, you'll get the volume of cylinder. So 22 by 7 into r square. So it is 7 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter square into 10 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. Students, if you solve this, you will get 154 into 10 raised to minus 23 cc. But students, upside this is given 6.02 into 10 raised to minus cc. It is a it is the volume of one virus. Total volume of cylinder is 154. So we'll find out how much virus is there in this much volume. So you need to divide it by 6.022 into 10 raised to 2 grams cc per grams. From here, whatever answer you get, you need to multiply by Avogadro's number, because Avogadro's number means 1 mole. So that will be 1 mole's weight. So you need to multiply whatever answer you get from here, you need to multiply by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, and you will get your required answer. So calculations part you need to do. So required answer will be the option D. Understood? First, I'll again explain you. First, the volume of one cylindrical virus was given. So we have found volume of cylinder. So in that cylinder, how many viruses are there, that we found out, and then finally multiplied by Avogadro's number, because no other information was given. So we have to consider that as 1 mole. Are you getting it? Yes, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now, yes, next question, doubt was there, question number 17. What is told here? MnO2 on ignition. On ignition, ignition means when it is burned, then MnO2, I'll write here MnO2, when it is heated. When it is heated, it will produce Mn3O4. So we need to balance it. So I'll write here 3. Here oxygen is 4. Here how much oxygens are there? 6. So plus 2. Is it balanced?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the reaction is balanced. A sample of pyrolusite. Pyrolusite is an ore having 75% MnO2, 20% inert impurities, and rest water is ignited in the air to constant mass. What is the percentage of manganese? They ask percentage of manganese. So we'll just consider, students, we'll just consider X gram sample. X gram sample. So MnO2, it is given 75%. 75% means 0.75 grams. 0.75 grams. Because total is X gram sample. So I can write 0.75 X gram. 0.75 X gram. So out of X gram, it is 0.75 X gram. So if you want to find the moles, first always find moles, students. Moles of MnO2. What is the weight given? 0.75 X grams upon MnO2's weight you find, students. MnO2. Manganese is 56 and oxygen is 16, 32. How much you
88.
get? Yes, again count. Manganese, is it manganese 55 or 56? Once you check it. Is it 55 or 56? Yes, manganese is 55, I guess. Manganese is 55 plus 32. So it comes out to be 87. So here you will get moles. Correct? This is the moles of MnO2. Now read the question again. What is asked? What is the percentage of manganese in an ignited sample? After igniting, we have converted it into Mn3O4. This moles you got, students, 0.75x upon 87. This is of 1 mole. Just imagine, students, when these 3 moles are used, this we get 1 mole. Is it correct? According to reaction, you see, these 3 moles we have used, that time we get 1 mole. If this 1 mole if we have used, then how much you will get this? Instead of 3 moles, if you take 1 mole, how much you will get this?
One moles.
How come? Array, listen to me carefully. This is
1/3.
Yes, very good. 1/3. Because, students, this is 3 mole. That time you get this as 1 mole. this will consider as 1 mole. Why we'll consider as 1 mole? Because we know the value of 1 mole. So if this is 1 mole, this is 1 by 3. So that is 1 by 3. So here downside I'll solve now. So we got 1 by 3 into 0.75x upon 87, because this is the value of 1 mole, into what is the weight of, what was that compound, Mn3O4. Find out. Mn is 55. 55 into 3 plus 64.
$229.
Very good. 229. Yes, that is good. 229. So from here you will get x value. Your x value comes 0.658 x gram. This will come as a residue, and total residue you want to find. More information is given here. 20% of inert impurities. 20%, but where you have considered only x gram, and then we have considered that 75 as 0.75 grams. So plus you need to add 0, because 20% is written, so 0.2x. So both you add, how much you will get? You understood from where we have taken this 0.2x? In question you see 20% inert impurities they have said. So this will be the total impurity. So how much will be total impurity?
6.78.
0.58. This is 0.658 plus 0.2. Is it coming 0.858 x? Yes, students. So this is the total impurity, students. And out of that, how much is the manganese? How much is the manganese that you need to find out?
Sir, how 0.858?
0.6. How much it is here? First we got 0.658 plus 0.2. How much you will get?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this will consider as 0, correct? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So total impurity we got this much. So percentage of manganese. First of all, how much is the manganese? 0.75x into 87 into 55, because one manganese is 55. So this will get 0.474x. This is the manganese. So 0.474x upon this is the total residue 0.858x into percent, means into 100. If you solve this, students, if you solve this, you will get 55.24%. 55.24%. We'll just see if in option it is present. Yes, that is option C. Okay. Now next question. The question, see students, this was higher level question. Okay. Question number 19. Question number 19 will solve afterwards, because this is from states of matter chapter. States of matter chapter. But why it is here, students? Because IIT actually what happens, 2-3 chapters they will club together. 2-3 chapters they will club together and frame the question. Now, question 21. Now see here, students, listen to this question 21. It's a very big question. But students, do you know I told you the concept of gram equivalence? The concept of number of gram equivalence. Can anybody tell me 3 formulas which I told? Number of gram equivalence formulas. And gram equivalence concept you can use when you don't know the reaction. Yes, anyone out of you? Can you tell me the formula of number of gram equivalence? Okay, I'll repeat all that formula again, students. Can you tell me the normalities formula?
Gram equivalence upon volume of solution.
Number of
Gram
Gram
equivalence of solute.
equivalence of solute, correct no?
Yes, sir.
Of solute upon volume in liter of solution. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Now everyone need to talk now. Now tell me from here, if this V, if I'll send here, if this V will, I'll send here, will it be the first formula of number of gram equivalence?
Yes, sir.
V goes and multiplies there. So number of gram equivalence, please note down this formula. It is a normality into V in liter. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, students, one more, if you remember, this is the first formula, students. This is first formula. Second formula. Do you know what is the relationship between normality and molarity?
N is equals to M into X.
Very good. N is equal to M into X. Now, normality, you know what is normality? Number of gram equivalence upon volume in liter is equal to M into X. Can I send this V liter that side?
Yes, sir.
You will get the second formula. What is the second formula? Number of gram equivalence is equal to M into X into V in liter. Is it correct? See or no? Number of gram equivalence is equal to M into X, and this V I'll send it here.
Sir, here X is a.
Here X is that valency factor.
Yes, sir.
For acid, valency factor is how much H plus it gives. For base, how much OH minus it gives. For salt, it is total positive charge. Do you remember it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we came across the second formula. What is the second formula? So I'll make a box for it. Number of gram equivalence is equal to M into X into V in liter. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now third formula. Third formula you see. So this number of gram equivalence I'll keep as it is, number of gram equivalence upon volume in liter. This is normality. Students, what is meant by molarity? Number of moles per
Volume of solution in
volume of
liters.
solution in liter into X. Students, this and this can I cut?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the third formula? N into X. So how much formula we got to find the number of gram equivalence?
3 formula.
3 formulas. Students, listen, this whatever questions I am discussing now, it is of higher level. So that's why you are finding it little bit difficult. See, only what you do, you see, okay, question is lengthy and then you are actually afraid. Okay, without looking at this, you tell me that 3 formulas. What is the first formula? One by one. What are the 3 formulas to find the number of gram equivalence? Just now I discussed, students, all the formulas. Yes, who will tell me the first formula?
Gram.
Into volume liter.
Yes, that is normality into volume, correct? Yes. Who will tell me the second formula? Yes, Pranjal, tell me the second formula.
Molarity into X into volume in liters.
Very nice, very nice. Yes, can anybody tell me the third formula?
Number of moles into
Moles.
valency factor.
Very good. Number of moles into valency factor. Okay. Now, whichever question I am going to discuss, now, you need to tell me which formula we can use. Out of this, which three formulas which we can use. Because whenever we are confused about reactions, we can use number of gram equivalents and it will be very easy for us. Let me just clean this. Okay. So see here, I'll read the question. Question is very much lengthy. Okay, just a minute. Okay, what does the question say? The amount of calcium carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate is with us. We have calcium carbonate. Okay. With molecular mass 100 gram. Okay, its molecular mass is 100 grams. Or I'll write down the information. Its molecular weight is 100 grams per mole. It is in the ore of dolomite. Dolomite is the ore of magnesium. Can be determined by gravimetric analysis. Okay, analysis is done. The dolomite sample is dissolved in an acid and calcium ion present are precipitated as calcium oxalate. Formula is given CaC2O4. 510 grams calcium oxalate is filtered and strongly and heated to form calcium oxide. What is the end product, students? Whatever reactions are there, what is the end product?
Calcium oxide.
Very good. The end product is calcium oxide. So we should be only concerned of the starting and the end. What is formed in between, we are not concerned because we don't know the reactions. But can I say number of gram equivalents of CaCO3 will be equal to number of gram equivalents of CaO? Can I say like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now listen to the question. Front also question is there. In the analysis, the mass of dolomite was 3.72 grams and the mass of calcium oxide was found to be. This mass was found to be 1.24 grams. The percentage of calcium carbonate in dolomite. Percentage of calcium carbonate they are asked in dolomite, and dolomite was used how much? 3.72 grams. Now, students, calcium carbonate, what is given here? Molecular weight, how much grams?
100 gram.
And how much calcium oxide is formed? You know, 1.24 grams. So out of these three formulas, which formula you can use? If weight is given, which out of that three formula, which formula you can use? Apply. When weight is given, what we can find?
Moles.
Second formula.
Very good. We can find moles, students. We can find moles. So can I use this formula here? N1X is equal to N2X. What is the X factor of calcium carbonate, students?
1.
Array, that's why I said use the valency chart. Calcium is 2 plus. And what is the valency factor of CaO?
2.
2. So can I cancel, Pranjal, this XX because 2 will be cancelled only.
Yes, sir.
So directly you say number of moles of this will be equal to number of moles of this. Finished. Question is so big. And number of moles you know how to find. Weight upon molecular weight. N2 also weight upon molecular weight. Yes. Now, How much weight of calcium carbonate is given? Sorry, calcium oxide 1.24 grams. So this is given 1.24 grams. Can you find the molecular weight of CaO? Calcium is 40 and this is 16. Is
56.
it 56?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Weight of this is not given to us, but this is given 100 grams. So can you cross multiply and tell me weight of CaCO3? So it will be 100 into 1.24 in divided by 56. You solve this and find the weight. Did you understand how I solved it?
Yes, sir.
This is the molecular weight which was given 100. This is 124. This molecular weight we can find. So what will be the weight of CaCO3? There is a simple calculation, students. 100 into 1.24 divided by 56.
2.28.
2.28
28.
gram. Yes. Let me check once calculation. That is 100
2.21.
1.24 divided by 56. 2.21 it comes. 2.21. 2.21. Students, it's question you read. What is asked? The percentage of calcium carbonate in dolomite. Calcium carbonate we got 2.21 gram. Dolomite was how much? 3.72 into 100. You will get the final answer. 2.21 is the weight of calcium carbonate. Dolomite is 3.72 and into 100 because they said percentage. Yes, calculate and tell me the answer.
Option 4.
Means is it 59.5?
Yes.
Yes, very good. 59.5. Okay. Very nice. So see here, students, the question is very big. Question is very big, and this is IIT level question. Question is very big. But the answer you see, only moles we have found, nothing else. Okay. So students, one more question is there. This is also similar type. Let us see who can solve it. Okay. And you need to tell me, students, out of this, which formula we can use. Okay. Yes, very good. Now, look at, just a minute. Okay, look at the question number 25. Okay, this was also a doubt. Read the question carefully. The oxalic acid reacts with permanganate according to the balance reaction. How many ml of 0.015 gram of KMnO4? Means something information of KMnO4 is given and 0.0208 molar H2C2O4. This is oxalic acid. Means something information of oxalic acid is given. If reaction is also given, I can use the chemical equivalence formula. Chemical equivalence formula I can use. Okay. Now, in question you see what is given, students. 25 ml volume is given, molarity is given. So which formula of number of gram equivalence we can use? In question, what is given, according to that you tell me. Out of the three formulas, which formula we can use? When molarity is given, volume is given.
M into X into volume in liter.
Very good. M into X into volume in liter. M into X into volume in liter. Students, now volume you see it is given in ml. So can I convert this formula as m into x into v in ml is equal to m into x into v in ml? Because students, this liter if I convert into ml, I need to multiply it by 1000 this side and 1000 that side. This 1000 ultimately will get cancelled. So can I use this formula, students, in ml?
Yes, sir.
Because liter if you are converting into ml, this side you are multiplying by 1000, that side you are multiplying by 1000, ultimately it's going to be cut. Actually this question, student, this question is of redox reaction, but I will give you some hint. Okay, now what is asked? Now can you see, students, here it is written 6H plus, means this reaction is taking place in acidic medium. This reaction is taking place in acidic medium. Now, whenever you KMnO4 is there, you need to remember this number 135. What is this 5? This 5 is an acidic medium. This 3, it is in neutral medium, and this 1 is in basic medium. Now, what is this 135? Student, this is valency factor of KMnO4. I'll teach this in redox chapter. This is the valency factor of KMnO4, 135. 1, it is in its basic medium. 3, it's in neutral medium. 5, it is in acidic medium. Now tell me, KMnO4, how much molarity is given? 0.0154. X value for KMnO4 in acidic medium?
5.
5. And they asked volume of this, so V ml will remain as it is. Oxalic acid molarity, how much it is given? 0.0208. Oxalic acid's formula, students, it is COOH. So can you tell me what will be its valency factor? In acid case, how we calculate valency factor? Yes. Students, in acid case, how we calculate valency factor?
Number of H plus ion.
Then how much H plus ions does oxalic acid give? A formula I have written, easily you can understand. COOH and COOH. So it gives 2H plus. Here, I'll show you. Look here. Students, this breaks as COO minus, and 2 times H plus. So it gives 2H, so it will be 2 here. And volume, how much volume is given? Read the question carefully, 25 ml. So can you find V? Yes, just find it. From here only we can calculate. See here. 5 1s are 5 1s are. This is 5 to the 10. These points will come out and you tell me the answer.
13.5.
Yes, everyone got 13.5. Yes, the correct answer is 13.5 ml. Yes, Pranjal, did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Pranjal, it's very easy, but it is a higher level concept. But this base is there in redox reaction. Now, when you will ask me, sir, from where you got 135, in redox reaction, you will get all the answers. How we take KMnO4 in basic condition, why we take as 1, why in neutral condition we take a 3, why in acidic condition we take it as 5. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now we'll move for the next question. Okay, let me see which route. 25 is there, then 33. Yes, 33 is also of atomic structure, so that will take afterwards because atomic structure is states of matter. So task fourth, question number 1. Task fourth, question number 1. Yes, Pranjal has sent this doubt. Pranjal, read the question carefully and try to understand what is given. Before that, Pranjal, can you tell me how to find equivalent weight? Because normally I told you 3 steps. Out of that 1 step, first step was equivalent weight. How to find equivalent weight, Pranjal?
Molecular weight upon factor X.
Very good. Molecular weight upon factor X. Now read the question carefully. If I read, the equivalent weight of MnSO4 is half. So when this equivalent weight will be half, Pranjal, in this formula? Don't read the question. I am asking you a question. When equivalent weight will be half in this formula? Read
When
the
it-
question. Wait. Read the question. The equivalent weight is half of molecular weight. When the equivalent weight will be half of molecular weight?
Factor is 2.
Yes, factor is 2. That only you need to find just. In these formulas, whose factor is 2? Now look at this. MnO2, if you have valency chart with you, you see O2 is -2, which is called as peroxide. O2 is -2. So how much will be Mn? To cancel this, it will be +2. Are you getting it? Okay, today you see the valence chart. O is -2, which is called as oxide. And O2 is also -2, which is called as peroxide. Understood? So the answer is B. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next question was, okay, 4. Yes, Pranjal, that is 6th question. You see, one reaction is given MnO2 plus 4HCl gives MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. The equivalent weight of MnO2 in the above reaction is. Okay. Now, here you see MnO2 equivalent is asked. Look at, everyone look at the reaction. MnO2 is converted into MnCl2. So what is the oxidation state of manganese in this? Oxidation state means how much plus it is.
+2.
Very good, +2. And in MnCl2, how much is Mn?
2.
Yes, very good, 2. Means this is also question is of redox reaction, students, but this is 2 plus, this 2 plus means its oxidation state is not changed, and they asked us equivalent weight. We know equivalent is equal to molecular weight divided by factor X, and we know factor X is not changing, so factor X is 2. So you need to just find the equivalent molecular weight of MnO2. I think so Mn is 55, correct? No? Mn is 55, oxygen is 16, 16 to the 32. So how much you get? 7, 87. So 87 just divide by 2, how much you will get?
43.5.
43.5. Like this option is there or what? Yes, option C. So easy question it was. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Students, if you are not understanding also, there is no big issue in this because this is of redox reaction. But I think so little bit idea you understood what I did. Yes,
Yes,
please
sir.
reply. At least you got the idea what I did. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the next question is question 10. Okay, you try to solve it question 10. Array, someone's mic is on. Okay, question number 10. A chloride of metal contains 65.6% chlorine. How much is chlorine? 65.6% of chlorine is there. And they have said 100 ml of the chloride of metal weighs, okay, if 100 weighs 0.72 grams, 100 ml weighs 0.72 grams. So if you consider students 1 mole, at least 1 mole means how much ml, students?
22.4 liter.
No, in ml, because here ml is given.
22400.
22400.
Okay, 22400. So can you find, instead of this I'll write ml, can you find the weight? 22400, when it is, so you'll get 22400 into 0.72 upon 100. Yes, find out.
One 161.28.
161.28.
28.
Yes, that is good. Good. Okay. Now, so out of 100, you know, chlorine is how much? 65.5. So out of this much weight, how much will be chlorine? So out of 100, it is 65.5, which is already given in the question. So out of 161.28, how much will be the chlorine? Find it. Because there it was clearly mentioned that it is 65.5%. So out of 100, it is 65.5. Out of 161.28, how much it will be? Just cross multiply and tell me the answer.
105.64.
Okay, very good. Okay, this is 105.64. Okay, this is the answer. But this much chlorines are present. This much chlorines are present. Students, 1 chlorine means how much grams, students?
35 gram.
Yes, this 35.5.
35.5.
Okay, this is the weight of all the chlorines. If I'll divide it by 35.5, I'll understand how much chlorines are there. This is the weight of all the chlorines. So if I divide it by 35.5, I will understand how much chlorines are present. So roughly you divide
3.
3.
3.
So chlorine should be 3. Now in which option 3 is there? Yes, option C,
Option 3.
MCl3. Students, the clear hint was here, you see, 100 ml. So I found at least for 1 mole of chlorine, it should be 22400 cc. Yes, understood? Yes, so this many doubts were there of task. After that, students, after that, we solved exercise first. I think so. We reached till Yes, chemical equation and stoichiometry, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after this, you tell me which doubts you have, and with me only you need to solve. From question number 37 onwards, which doubt you have, and with me only you need to solve. Yes. Look at the questions. Okay. Okay, you're not talking. I'll only take some questions here now. Look at this question number 39. It will explain you something. You need to tell me what is that. What they have given, 12 liters of H2. So I have taken here 12 liters plus 11.2 liters chlorine. 11.2 liters chlorine. So chlorine, and I know H2 plus HCl gives 2 HCl. The composition of volume of the mixture, composition they ask. Students, I told you, if two values are given, this question is off. If two values are given, this question is of which concept? Yes. If one value is given, students, we can easily solve. If two values are given, then
Take smaller value.
no. Pranjal, even same doubt you had in the previous question. You tell me, Pranjal, which doubt, on which concept this problem is based upon? I told you, if more than one value is given, then yes, Pranjal. Yes, Sumit has given the correct answer. Is there a Pranjal? Are you present?
Yes, sir.
Pranjal, this concept, while explaining this concept, I have given your example only that you are preparing a coffee. That was concept of limiting reagent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how to solve the limiting reagent? I told you how to solve it. You need to check moles to stoichiometric coefficient. Moles to stoichiometric coefficient. Whichever is having moles to stoichiometric coefficient less, they are actually limiting reagent. But students, from this liter to calculate moles, what you will do? If 12 liters are there, to calculate moles, what you will do? Given volume upon,
Divided by 22.4 liters.
very good, divided by 22.4. But students, this will take a lot of time, correct? No?
Yes,
This
sir.
will take a lot of time. So what trick I am telling you here? What trick I am telling you? Okay, you have the formula that is moles upon stoichiometric coefficient. You solve it for this and you solve it for this. Whichever comes less is a limiting reagent, and whichever comes more, it's an excess reagent. But one more trick I'll tell you. What is that trick, sir? Now, can I write, students, 1 mole of this will react with 1 mole of this, gives 2 moles of this. Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Can I write it like this, students? 1 mole means 24.4 liters. This 1 mole means 22.4 liters. And this is 2 into 22.4 liters.
Yes, sir.
Because 22.4 liter means only 1 mole. Again, 22.4 liter means 1 mole. This is 2 into 22.4 means 2 moles. Okay. Now, how much liter it's given to us? It is given only 12 liters. This is given 1.2 liter. Now listen to me carefully. When this is 22.4, this also is 22.4. When this is 11.2, how much will be this?
12 liter.
No, you did not understand. Okay.
11.2.
Okay. Now listen. This is 22.4 means 1 mole. So this also is how much moles?
22.4.
Means 1 mole, correct? No?
Yes, sir.
Now this is half of that.
And this will be also.
This also, no, this is 22.4. So this is 11.2, correct? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this also should be how much?
11.2.
And this is how much then?
12.
This is excess. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That means this is 11.2. If I take this as 1 mole, suppose, if this is 12, this has to be 12. This is 22.4, half is 11.2. So this is half mole. So if 1 mole react with 1 mole, half will react with half. So this also will, how much it will react? 11.2 only. So out of 12, how much will be left?
0.8.
0.8 liters. Here, very nice trick of limiting reagent. No need to find moles, no need to find stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, how much is left? 0.8 liter. Is this anything left? This
No,
was
sir.
given 11.2 liter. All 11.2 liter we have finished. So this is limiting reagent. This is limiting reagent. So this is left how much? 0. So if this is 11.2, see here, if this is 22.4, double will be this moles. If it is 11.2, how much will be this?
22.4.
Very good, 22.4 liters. Means HCl is how much? 22.4 liters. How much hydrogen is left? 0.8. This is called as composition. Now you find in option where it is. Hydrogen should be 0.8 and HCl should be 22.4.
Option third.
3.
Option third. Did you understand the composition? Composition means whatever is left and whatever is formed.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
See here, students, moles to stoichiometric coefficient, it will take time, but this trick will never take time. Will it take time?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Only to explain 3-4 minutes are wasted, but if you again try to solve it, you will get this answer in 30 seconds only. Because orally only you will do it. Okay, 1 mole of this will be 1 mole of this. So here if it is 22.4 liter, this also should be 22.4 liter, but this is given half. So this also should be half. So this also should be 11.2, but this is 12. So this is 0.8 left. Hydrogen 0.8 left. Only one option is there. How much time it took? Only 10 seconds. Are you getting it? So this was very good question. Now I think so limiting reagents, all of the questions you'll be able to solve it. But if you want to go by long method, I don't mind, but it will take too much time. Moles, first find moles, then stoichiometric coefficient, then whichever is small, that will be limiting reagent, and limiting reagent will decide the reaction. Okay, now. Okay, for me, you solve the question number 40. Let me see. Question number 40. Okay, I'll help you. Half mole of oxygen combines with aluminum. First, we'll write aluminum plus oxygen forms Al2O3. Okay, we'll balance it. 2Al O3. It's odd number, so I'll take here 4Al. Here it is 2. Here it is 3. Is it balanced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students, they have said instead of this 3 moles of oxygen, if you take half mole, instead of 3 moles, if you take half mole, how much aluminum will be required?
Half.
How half? This is 4 students. Okay, let me explain you in different way. Students, can I write this into 4 into 27?
Yes, sir.
Because aluminum's weight is 27. That time, how much oxygen will require? 3 O2.
Yes, sir.
But they said, okay, can I write as 3 moles?
Yes.
So they have given us only half mole, means 0.5, no?
Yes, sir.
Cross multiply it, you'll get the answer. So 4 into 27 into 0.5 by 3 moles. Check it, how much you'll get?
18 gram.
18 gram. Is there any option?
Option second.
Option second. Did you understand how to solve?
Yes, sir.
Then 41 you tell me within 30 seconds. 41. Mg will produce MgO. Mg will produce MgO. If you want, I can write down the reaction. Just a minute, I'll write the Mg plus O2 gives MgO and balance it because oxygen is always diatomic. Yes, you got the answer.
Yes, sir. Option 1.
Option 1. Yes, that's correct. See here, Mg plus O2 gives MgO. I need to balance it, so I'll put here 2. So here it will be 2. So I know Mg is, can I write students 2 moles of Mg will produce 2 moles of MgO? So if I write 2 into 24, because 1 mole means 24, it will produce, here moles form only it is given, so 2 moles. So when it is 1.2, here it will be x, cross multiplied 1.2 into 2 upon 2 into 24. 2 cancel. Here 1 point, so 120 divided by 24. 1 za, 2 za. For some mistake I made, 2 into 24, it gives 2 moles of this. So 1 into 2. Just calculate this, you'll get the answer. Or the next method is, first you find moles, 1.2 divided by 24. How much moles will get? 1 by
0.05.
1 by 20. Correct, no, 0.05. Yes, that's correct. 0.05. Okay. Now, friends, randomly any one question you solve from 42 to 46, which one will solve? Randomly you tell me anyone. To
44.
solve all the questions, this much time is not there. Okay, you tell me. Okay, 44. 44 only, you know?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the question? How much amount of zinc is required to react with H2SO4? Okay. Zn. Now you tell me the reaction. For this, I told you valency chart is very important. Zn plus H2SO4. Students, Zn is 2 plus S2SO4 is 2. SO4 is minus 2. So Zn will go with SO4. What will be the formula?
ZnSO4.
Yes, 2 will be cancelled. ZnSO4 plus H2.
H2.
Yes, very good. So can I say, students, 1 mole of zinc reacts with 1 mole of H2SO4 to give 1 mole of ZnSO4 to give 1 mole of hydrogen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how much amount of zinc? Okay, 1 mole means, students, this is 65 because in bracket it is given here. Okay, now, and here volume is given in ml. Whose volume is given? Hydrogens. So 1 mole of hydrogen in ml, how much volume will be there, students, in ml?
22400 cc.
Very good, 22400 cc, and they have given us only 224. Now only you got the answer. 2 points it is shifted here. So 2 points you shifted here. Yes. Cross multiply and see it. 65 into 224 upon 22400. Ones are divided by 100. So will it be
0.65.
0.65? Is there any other like this option? Yes, option first. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
45th you solve. 45th you solve and tell me the answer. Let me check whether now you can solve it or not. 45th. 45. Yes, done. First, you should be able to write down the reaction and what is the asked. H2SO4 and Ca in bracket OH 2 times is there. So Ca in bracket OH 2 times plus H2SO4. It will form CaSO4 plus 2H2O. This will be the reaction. What is given? 0.5 moles of H2SO4 is mixed with 0.2 moles of CaSO4. The maximum moles of CaSO4 formed. Okay. Now, can I say 1 mole of this reacts with 1 mole of this, reacts with 1 mole of this, gives 2 moles of H2O?
Yes, sir.
Okay. H2SO4, how much moles are given to me? 0.5 moles. And CaOs, how much moles are given? Okay, now tell me, this is also limiting reagent. This is also limiting reagent. Now, which value I'll take, whether I'll take 0.2 or 0.5?
0.2.
Very good. So this is LR. And this is what? XS. Because here 1 mole of this reacts with 1 mole of this. So 0.2 moles of this will react with 0.2 of this. So 0.3 will be left. So who decides the reaction? LR decides the reaction. And what is asked? The moles of CaSO4. Where is CaSO4 here? When calcium hydroxide was 1 mole, that time this was how much moles? 1 mole only. Where it is now 0.2, how much will be this?
0.2.
0.2.
That is the answer. Why we want this much time? Are this was LR concept, students? LR. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, if you are, you know this, then you can solve question number 46. Okay, question number 46. I can write a reaction for you. Just a minute. I'll zoom it. What is the question? How much moles of potassium chlorate? Students, potassium chloride's formula is KClO3. When you heat it, you know oxygen will go out, and plus KCl, we'll just balance it because here oxygen is 2, here oxygen is 3, odd numbers. So starting I'll double 2, 2, 3 2s are 6. Yes, reaction is balanced. Check whether reaction is balanced or what.
Yes, sir, balance.
Yes. So can I write here, students, 2 mole of this will give 2 moles of this plus 3 moles of this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I write 3 into 22.4, 2 into 22.4, and 2 into 22.4? This is moles only. But instead of this much moles, they have given oxygen moles only 11.2. And they asked moles of potassium chloride. So like this you solve. You'll get the answer. 22.22.4 will be cancelled. So 11.2 into 2. Again, it will become 22.4 divided by 3.
So option 2.
Yes, let me check it. Yes, the option 2. Yes, that's correct. Understood? Yes. Now let us go for exercise 2. Okay. Any randomly or whichever doubts you have, because students, only Pranjal has sent me some doubts, other no one has sent me the doubts. That means what? Only she is solving the question. You are not solving the questions. Yes. Exercise 2. Any doubt is there or not? Please check it.
Sir, question second.
Okay, question second. Yes. Now, very good question, very nice question. See here, like this question many times in exam it is asked. Okay, what is written, students? Insulin contains 3.4% sulfur by mass. By mass means gram. So can I write 3.4 grams sulfur in 100 gram insulin? Is it correct? This much information is given. This much information is given. Again, 3.4% means what? 3.4 grams of sulfur, because by mass they have written in 100 gram insulin. Is it correct? Because percent means out of 100. Yes, students, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what is asked, students? Minimum molecular weight of insulin. And I told you how to solve this minimum. Minimum means what, students? At least one sulfur you will take. कमीत कमी, मिनिमम म्हणजे कमीत कमी एक तर सल्फर घेणार का नाही तुम्ही?
Yes, sir.
मग then tell me what is the molecular weight of sulfur?
32.
अरे कमीत कमी एक घेणार म्हणजे 32 ग्राम घेतलं तर त्यावेळेस इन्सुलिन किती असणार? संपलं. तर किती असणार ते? 34.4 into, sorry, 32 into 100 divided by 3.4. If you remove this point, this will become 1000 upon 34. Just solve it, you will get the answer.
First.
Okay, first. Did you understand what is the meaning of minimum? Because like this question, many a times it is asked. Sometime insulin, sometime hemoglobin. Last time we solved the question of hemoglobin. Did you remember it? During teaching, I solved the question of hemoglobin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'll scroll it down. Students, this all this exam depends upon how quickly you solve. Yes. And don't be shy to ask the questions. And I want everyone's homework. That is all from first day. I'm telling you, you solve the questions and you send to me. If you are not solving, I'll call your parents. You ask how much doubts you want, you ask, but at least you tried. Yes. Any other question? Okay. Any last two questions we'll solve? Any last two questions? You tell me the number, I'll solve.
4.
Okay, 4.
3.
Okay, okay, third. Okay, first we'll solve third. The vapor density of volatile substance CH4 is 4. Students, do you know vapor density is given vapor density is given 4. So what will be the molecular weight?
8.
Yes, very good. Molecular weight will be 8. Vapor density of volatile substance with respect to CH4 is 4. It is not of CH4, it is a vapor density of that volatile substance. So I can write molecular weight of that volatile substance. I'll write V for volatile substance. Okay. Molecular weight of volatile substance upon molecular weight of CH4 is equal to vapor density of that volatile substance upon vapor density of CH4. Yes, what is the molecular weight of okay, just a minute. Okay, vapor density is 4. So if I'll keep it here 4 and vapor and CH4 it is considered as 1. Here if I'll consider as 1. What is the molecular weight of CH4 students?
16.
16. So can you find the molecular weight of volatile?
64.
16 into 4, 64. Yes, the answer is 64. Yes. Okay, someone told me question 4. Okay, any 2 questions, I'll take it now and then we'll end the lecture. Which 2 questions you want? Any 2? Because tomorrow I am starting with the next chapter, students, that is atomic structure. Yes, any 2 questions, whichever you want, tell me. Yes, students, you need to talk with me. Yes.
Question 6.
Question 6 and
4.
okay, question 4. Okay, we'll solve the 4th first. Okay, what is given? 1 gram of hydrogen is found to be combined with 18 gram of bromine. Okay, 1 gram of hydrogen combines with 80 gram bromine. 1 gram of calcium combines with 4 gram of bromine. 1 gram calcium combines with 4 gram bromine. The equivalent weight of calcium is okay. Now, students, equivalent concept I taught you. I told you it will combine with 1 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen. Do you remember? Or 35.5 gram of chlorine.
Yes, sir.
So 1 gram of hydrogen combines with 80 gram, means this is an equivalent weight of bromine. So 1 gram of calcium, 1 gram of calcium, they said combine with 4 gram of bromine. But bromine, how much gram means 1 equivalent, that is 80. So 80 gram of this will combine with X. So 80 by 4, how much you'll get?
20.
20. So this is the equivalent weight. Okay, one more I'll similar concept. If I say, suppose the formula is Na2. Formula is Na2. Can you tell me sodium's weight? Two sodium's weight?
46,
46. And oxygen?
16,
But if I know equivalent weight of oxygen, what is equivalent weight of oxygen? What is the equivalent weight of oxygen?
8.
8. And if I want to find the equivalent weight of sodium, here I'll put 8 as equivalent weight of oxygen. So how much will be the equivalent weight of sodium?
23.
23, because this 16th half is 8. So 46 half will be 23. So like this, 1 gram of calcium reacts with 4 gram of bromine, but I know bromine's equivalent weight is 80. So equivalent of weight of calcium, 80 divided by 4, that is 20. Now you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, which one you told? Sixth one. Okay, sixth one. This is the last question. Okay, exercise third, exercise fourth, all will solve, students, but you are not responding. Whenever this doubt discussion means what? If there are 20 questions, 15, 16, you solve 3, 4 are there for doubts, then it's okay. But here you are simply, you are coming and sitting here, it will not work, students. Okay, question number 6. What is given? 2.8 gram of iron, means weight of iron is given 2.8 gram, and weight of copper is also given 3.2 gram. Equivalent mass of iron, equivalent mass of iron is given 28. You need to find equivalent mass of copper. Are very easy. Weight of Fe is equal to equivalent weight of Fe upon weight of copper is equal to equivalent weight of copper. Just substitute weight of Fe is how much? 2.8. Weight of copper 3.2. Equivalent weight of Fe 28. And here you put X and cross multiply it. So how much you will get? 3.2 into 28 upon 2.8. This point removed, this point removed, this got cancelled, this got cancelled. How much weight you get?
32.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, students, from tomorrow onwards, we'll start with new chapter. But if you have any doubts of this chapter, if in exercise 1, exercise 2, 3, 4, anytime you can call me or we can arrange one more lecture. But you need to come out with some doubts, students. Like this, hardly in one lecture, we can solve 20, 25 questions. Around 200, more than 200 questions are there. So unless you solve it, this will not finish. Are you getting it? It is very easy, students. This is first chapter for you, so you will be feeling it difficult, but it is very easy. Once you understand concept, this will be very easy. So tell me till what date you will send me all the answers of all the questions. So today is Monday.
Up till Wednesday.
Yes, up till Wednesday, I want all the answers. Let it be 20, 30, 40 doubts. I will solve it. But if you say all 200 questions you solve, the chapter will continue till one more month. So doubt means it will be doubt session, students. There are 200 questions, you have 20, 30 doubts. Yes, the teacher can solve. If all 200, if you ask teacher to solve, you will not benefit from this, students. Definitely first it will take time. Yes. So tomorrow onwards we'll start with the new chapter, but till Wednesday you send me doubts. Saturday again we'll arrange one more lecture of doubts. Okay, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Till Wednesday, please send it. Saturday I'll arrange one more lecture on the chapter and I'll finish all the doubts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.